Hi everybody, welcome. I sincerely hope you all had a wonderful New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. We have not been anywhere except for the store all holiday, so I felt poor Dragon Man. The other children will be full of stories about where they had been and what they have done, but he'll just be able to say that he was at home with the two old women. So I decided that we are going to go and see what one of the resorts near the Kango caves look like. I heard so many good things about it, and what a wonderful place it is for families to go and have good clean fun in a safe way. So we got ready early and off we went, and how glad I am that we did. Goodness, there's so much to do. Paddle boats, camel rides, a farm train, a donkey cart ride, huge water slides, a play park, go-karts, a curio shop, and a lovely restaurant where you can either sit inside or outside. Oh, and the highlight of our day, the petting zoo. My daughter took to the rabbits, I loved the sheep and donkeys, and Dragon Man fell in love with an emu, and she with him. There were two of them, but the smaller one just had eyes for Dragon Man. My daughter and I would offer her food, but she would only eat out of Dragon Man's hand. She allowed him to tickle her under the chin, and she loved it so much that her eyes would close. It was hilarious. Eventually other people came, but Dragon Man had to walk away as she would not pay them any attention. And lo and behold, when he did, she took off and went and stood under a tree. So much for sharing the love of his life. Anyway, we all had a good time. The best in a long, long time. Except for the camel rides, everything else is reasonably priced and there's no entrance fee. The service is great and friendly. So guys, if you are ever in my neck of the woods, this would be a place to go to. It's called Wilgewandel and is only a few, say 2 to 3 kilometers from the Kango caves. I'll take a trip out to the Kango caves one day just to show you what it looks like there. But unfortunately, I cannot go in. I had been there before and it was a total waste buying me a ticket. I made it as far as the main hall, and the first tunnel they took us into, I had to leave for the very same reason that I cannot go more than 1 or 2 floors in an elevator. I discovered rather late in life that I have severe claustrophobia, particularly when a place is dark or dim. I cannot go into an aquarium either. Anyway, guys, that's me. I told you, I'm as flawed, if not more so, as everyone else. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the pictures of our day out, and now it is time for our royal segment. What else can we start with but Meghan's so-called relaunch of her 2022 Instagram account? Yes, folks, they lied again. Remember how she said she had no social media accounts? Well, this one, which she supposedly just launched, was actually established in 2022. I think the short video she just posted was indeed hilarious. A 43-year-old woman running over the beach with her arms flapping and hair bouncing, all romantic, and then writing 2025 in the wet sand. Seriously, folks, it was so staged, so fake, and so juvenile. And seeing that they are on the beach, where are the children? I would have thought that a video of her, say, building sandcastles with the children would have looked aesthetically far better. It would have made her look like a woman with children instead of a 43-year-old teenager or preteen. Other than the perpetual lying, bragging and shit-talking, I think that is Meghan's biggest problem, and why most of us cannot stomach her. She just does not know how to be normal. Her entire life is like a bad romance novel. So over-dramatic, all acting, all fake. Meghan is the first person I have ever come across who do not have a personality of her own, who has to always adopt someone else's habits, looks, or even personality, or even taste. I mean, it's really creepy. Is she even human? Or is she faking that too? Honestly, folks, she's such a joke. I mean, she's turned herself into such a non-entity that I find I cannot even get angry at her anymore, because I just do not care enough to allow her to upset or irritate me. She is just embarrassing, and I swear that is the only emotion I sometimes have when I see her. Yes, indeed, second-hand embarrassment is a real thing when it comes to Meghan Long-Arm Markle. You guys see the photograph of Harry with Archie and Raymana and another kid? And no, I'm not even going to try to debunk the photo because, quite frankly, I do not have a new laptop yet. I'm still working on my daughter's tiny little Asus, and the software I had on my laptop will fill her tiny little thing in one go. I also don't have a new microphone yet, but I promise you I'll order that microphone no later than tomorrow. The one I'm going to try looks and sounds like a fairly decent thing and is not as expensive as I thought it would be. Anyway, I digress. Although I did not run the photograph through my chosen software, and I thus cannot say whether it is AI or Photoshop, at least not for certain, I do find certain things a bit odd. Harry's head looks a little too big for his body, and then quite a bit too big for the shoulders on that body. But, maybe it's just the angle at which the photograph was taken. I'm looking at Archie, and those long, thin legs look a little odd as well. I wonder if you should straighten those legs, how tall this particular Archie would be. I mean, he looks tall for a 5-year-old, but then again, my grandson has always been tall for his age. Now, he's now 14, 6 foot tall, wears a size 12 shoe, and has a beard, although not a full one, but also not bum fluff either. Yet, I have his birth certificate, and he was 100% born in January 2010. So maybe Archie is indeed just tall. What happened to Archie's curls, though? That kid's hair is not red. It is dark brown. Okay, the sun may give it a reddish hue, but I'm feeling more and more that Meghan is straightening and colouring Archie's hair. The hair colour in this picture just does not look natural to me, and the kid is way, way, way too thin. That is, if this picture is not somehow concocted, AI or whatever. Now, I may be wrong, but if I was asked and forced to give an opinion, I would say that Harry was cut and pasted in, as there is some pixelation around his hand and arm, and strangely there's much less around Archie, or the kid who is supposed to be Archie. So I think Harry was surfing and the kid was on the jet ski to watch him surf. I don't know. I think we are indeed nearing the last push to get to the truth. This can't go on much longer. People and the media are truly getting fed up with the lies, the drama, and the common actions and the disgusting gossip. I think we are close to learning some truth. Of course, the palace will do what they can to cover up and divert our attention, but it's not going to work. And all I can say is that I hope the two children will be protected and taken care of when the bubble bursts. Before I leave, I want to share my deepest condolences with the families of the victims of the atrocity which took place in New Orleans. I pray that at some time you will indeed again find peace. I truly think this year will bring great truth, and not just about the Harkle children. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it here. Today's video is rather short because, quite frankly, I'm really lazy, and today is still a public holiday here in South Africa, and I made up my mind that I'll really start working again from tomorrow. Looking back on 2024, I'm giving myself some slack and taking some me time, but as from tomorrow it will be back to the grindstone. Another thing, Dragonman so enjoyed your comments that he is considering telling you another story. Anyway, guys, as I said, I'll be back tomorrow, so take good care of yourselves. Until then, bye.